Okay. After the homicide, we know Justin Johnson fled to Indiana, right?
Correct.
And he gave his phone to his brother, and his brother was using the phone, so a lot of these calls, his brother was the one using his phone to make it seem like he was still here.
Correct.
So that would be Jamarcus Johnson, Justin's brother.
Correct.
Okay. This PowerPoint slide, you said you just finished it yesterday?
Correct.
All right, so I'm just trying to catch up and go through it today as I just got it. With regards to this AutoZone stuff, was that mentioned in any of the police reports that had previously been provided?
Police report.
Right. You write down narratives, explanations of what happened.
Supplements, yeah. I mean, that was found late, but I would assume that we would either, it would be in the PowerPoint that y'all were given, or it would be, we might have some type of supplement about the receipt and everything, yeah.
I got it. So it was done yesterday. In fact, did you talk to the government about the testimony that's been going on as to what we were looking for as part of the case the last 2 days?
Not in the last 2 days. The receipts and most of that stuff was prior. The records were what I was working. They wanted the records, the November records prior.
Sure.
That's what I worked on.
Okay.
Everything else was pretty much already there. As far as like,
the reason I asked, there's not a single supplement from 2023 in the case. There's nothing. Believe me or not, you know this. You're prepared for it. It's your co-investigator on it. Do you remember ever seeing a supplement or a note anywhere that said we have an AutoZone receipt?
I know that there's multiple PowerPoints in the discovery. I'm pretty sure that have that all those slides, because most of those slides are taken from. I got those slides from that discovery. Most of that information.
You just created it yesterday. I'm telling you, you've done 2 PowerPoints.
I didn't create the PowerPoint yesterday. I created, when I told you, the records from November. That's what I was working on yesterday.
Who put the PowerPoints together? So you made this entire 70 pages we just did?
Yeah, a lot more than that, yes.
Okay. The reason I ask is the lead detective in this case said you guys never followed up on any receipts with AutoZone, and I've been harping on AutoZone, and now for the first time I'm seeing this PowerPoint with an AutoZone receipt. Is that right?
Well, probably because we didn't find out about the receipt until much later in the investigation. This was after Cornelius, and then actually getting in his phone and actually finding it. So it just took a long time to find that information.
But you guys indicted Cornelius in January of 2022, less than 2 months after this murder happened.
Yeah, I don't think we interviewed him until later.
Well, you interviewed him on December 9th. You do know that, right?
Well, that was an interview where he was not.
Well, did you do that or did you not do that? Okay.
I was not a part of that interview.
Okay.
But where he came forward with the truth, I was there.
The
on
truth?
2 different ones, 2
Okay.
different interviews.
So he came forward with the truth when you were there. The truth.
Yes.
Okay. Do you remember him making a statement to you in August? And you were there. It's recorded, so I'm going to play it. Do you remember it? You were the second detective.
He made a lot of statements, so you hadn't even played it yet for me to remember.
I'm just asking you because you went through 70 pages of slides with very specific dates and times of phone calls. Do you remember how many times Cornelius Smith made statements to the police?
I mean, I sat in on, I think, 2 interviews.
All right. How many total times did Cornelius Smith talk to the police? You are co-lead investigator.
I sat in for 2, and I know he had one when he was initially, I would think one when he was initially arrested.
Okay.
Where essentially he didn't say anything. Or he might have said he didn't even do it. I
You
wasn't
don't know.
in that interview. I was in the 2 that I had with the prosecutors and his attorneys and everybody that was involved.
After he signed the proffer agreement
Yes.
to be protected and all that kind of stuff with his statements.
Yes.
That's the proffer agreement, right?
Correct.
Okay, it protects the person saying it, right?
Yes.
Okay. Do you remember a proffer agreement taking place in August of 2022?
It's possible, yes. I don't remember when those 2 proper dates were.
Okay. Before I play that tape, Mr. Cornelius and Angela had both already talked to you all, right?
Correct.
Angela actually supposedly came clean on December 17th of 2021.
Correct.
Told you about AutoZone.
She did not tell us about anything about auto.
Okay, so in the 2017 when she just testified, that would be incorrect about AutoZone.
She did not say anything. I did not see anything in her testimony. I didn't interview her, but I've listened to her testimony.
Okay.
I don't remember her saying anything about AutoZone. I found that out the day Cornelius had mentioned it to us.
When was that?
That would have been later when, in one of those proffers. I'm not sure if it was the first or the second one.
Okay.
But he relayed that information to us, and that's when we started looking in his phone for that specific information to see if it was true.
All right. And Sergeant Dabney was involved in the proffers too as the lead agent in this case.
He could have been. I think at some point he had left, but I don't know if it was prior or before or after. At some point he retired. I'm not sure what that time frame was.
Okay. So you don't know when the lead investigator of this case retired. On the biggest case that Memphis has got with Young Dolph, you don't remember that?
He's got his own homicides that he's working. We were embedded in this, working this in a completely different building. Yes, we coordinate with him, but at some point I know he retired.
Okay.
And during the investigation, I don't document the date that he leaves.
All right. You go ahead and play.
I know the pictures are a little grainy.
Stop this. That's your voice, right? We're showing Cornelius pictures, and you say they're a little grainy.
I think so. It was go back in a second.
I'm afraid I know the pictures are a little grainy. Do you know what that
That's you, right?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, let's keep going.
is? It's from your phone. So you're holding it.
A video?
It was in your phone. It was a video.
Yep, it was a rainy tank. Yep.
What firearm is that?
There's an AK-47, I think. They're the one that just gun.
That was going to hit him. Is that the gun that you used
Yep, that's the gun he had, yeah.
on the murder?
I guess that's the sign one, but pretty much. Yes, sir.
That's the one you had on Lucci, right?
Yeah, it was the day on Moochie right here.
The Adolph, do you have that same gun?
I believe so. Because he had two of them. He had like, yep, two handguns, yep.
What is this?
That's old. That ain't even around the same time.
What about this one?
That's old. That's Elmsford gun.
What about this? I don't even know what that is, but it was in the gun section.
That's a pop-up.
Alright, stop it there. You were showing him photos, Cornelius Smith, you're showing him photos from his phone, correct? You gotta say yes or no.
Oh, yep, sorry. Yes.
Alright, so he talks about AK-47s, about when he was shooting Moochie or Wu or whoever many people he shot.
Well, he didn't shoot Moochie. He said they went up there to attempt to, but Justin Johnson was holding an assault rifle and was laying down in the back before they drove off. They didn't do anything, but we were showing them the different firearms we had found in his to see. We were trying to find the firearms.
Pardon me for being naive, I know he may not have shot anybody, but when I'm going there with guns and they jam or whatever and we don't use them, it still is pretty scary to me. So you show him the photos in his phone, right? That's the AK-47. Then you go through the photo, that's Angela's handgun, right?
I think he said it was Angela's handgun, but it was photos of guns
Okay.
in his phone.
And the next thing you say is, I don't know how this photo got in here. It looks like it's a car part. You remember that? Play it again.
I mean, I heard it, but I don't know what it's in reference to unless we saw some car parts. I heard
Play it
something
again.
with autos.
It's your
That's
voice.
old. That ain't even around the same time.
What about this one?
That's old. That's Elmsford gun.
What about this? I don't even know what that is, but it was in the gun section.
That's a pop-up.
So you said, I don't know what this is in the gun section. It's a car part.
Right.
That was said, right?
Yes, because you can filter on the Cellbrite software like firearms, right? Because we were trying to find the firearms used in the murder. And when we filtered that, we had some that were so grainy we weren't sure, but maybe he could clear it up. And he said it was a car part.
Okay.
It wasn't really, you couldn't really tell what it
Right.
was.
I appreciate the explanation. You couldn't really tell, but these jurors are going to watch that receipt, and you're telling us that that receipt is an AutoZone receipt.
It looks like it's got, if you look at the very top, it looks like an AutoZone receipt. It's got the auto part and the zone. It's very difficult to see, I
Sure.
agree, but it looks like an AutoZone receipt at the top.
All right, so that is a great point. You said as part of your investigation, you name it, we collected it, right? You said that to the government when you're talking about how thorough we were?
Correct.
All right, so it sort of kind of looks like an AutoZone receipt. Did you happen to go about 6 blocks that way to the AutoZone headquarters and just say, could you pull the receipts from that very specific location that you told the jurors about to see if anybody purchased anything?
Again, if you look at the receipt in the PowerPoint, you can't, I don't think I was able to tell where it came from. And
All right, so now we don't know where it came from.
we
Or
know
it could be AutoZone.
it looks like an AutoZone receipt.
Right, well, I looked,
But it doesn't, you
Your
can't see the
objection
fine
asked
print.
and answered it. Was it correct?
he's going to dodge the question, Judge.
I'm not dodging your question.
Wait, hold on. Objection overruled, answer back your question.
Again, you don't know if that's an AutoZone receipt. We're making presumptions based on a complete receipt.
You're saying that I don't know it's an AutoZone receipt. I looked at the photo, and at the top you can see the AutoZone part. You can't see when he purchased it or the dates on the fine print, but it appears at the top. It says AutoZone. And it doesn't have all the details. Because trust me, we looked at that. We wanted to see what time did this purchase happen. But he said cash, so we were like, well, I mean, can we get video? I mean, we look at these things to try to figure it out, but sometimes all you might have is just at the very top, it says AutoZone.
Yes, it sounds like it's a very difficult job. Did you go to the AutoZone that was addressed and ask them to pull video?
At the time, we didn't have an address. And
You said you looked at the phone and you saw it, you got an address. Did you go yesterday to ask AutoZone headquarters, is there a receipt available?
Historically...
No, not
AutoZone
historically.
or any
Yes
business
or no?
that's 30
Judge, I
days.
need him to answer. He's dodging me over and over again. I'm asking simple
No,
questions.
I'm going to object. It's not
Did
allowed.
you go?
Objection.
No, I did not.
Objection. Wait. She's objecting.
To what?
The objection. Your Honor, if he would allow the witness to actually answer the 15 questions he's asked, he might get the answer that he needs. I'm asking him to let the witness answer. Let him answer.
Did you go to AutoZone at any point in this investigation? I appreciate the smirk, but just answer yes or no.
No.
Did you
In
go?
objection, Your Honor, I would ask him.
No.
He's not making.
We don't need commentary.
All right.
Just ask the question.
No,
Answer the question.
I've said no 4 times now. No, 5.
Okay, so we never went to AutoZone to confirm what this receipt might be. Did you go to Pressure World to look through all the cameras that they have at Pressure World?
I did not.
Okay, did anybody do that could magically be on a phone somewhere?
I did not. I was not a part of that first part of the investigation. I did not see anything that had any where they went to Pressure World.
Okay,
So I'm not sure.
all right.
Thank you.
With regards to the records that you went through with the phone calls and the hierarchy of numbers, we know for a fact that Justin Johnson did not communicate with Hernandez Govan for at least 2 weeks prior to the homicide. The last call was on November 5th, about 8 seconds. Do you remember that?
There's hundreds of records. He's saying they didn't communicate on the phone.
You went through a PowerPoint slide and you put up November 5th, said there may have been a call, it was like 8 or 10 seconds. Then we went through the rest of it and there was not a single call between Justin Johnson and Hernandez Govan until after the homicide took place. Do you remember that?
No.
Okay. With regards to Cornelius Smith, you said 2 calls were made on November 15th. No calls between Cornelius Smith and Hernandez Govan on the 16th, right?
Correct.
You remember that?
Yes.
All right. And then the 2 calls that you put on the slideshow with regards to Cornelius and Hernandez Govan, one of the calls was 0 seconds, right?
There were calls on there with 0 seconds. Yes.
Right. So, and the other call was 40 seconds and it had a code 11 next to it. You know, it could be 2A, it could be 11, it could
There
be
were calls with 11, yes.
Okay. With regards to an individual that you had up there that was communicating with Mr. Johnson, Jermaine Sears, during the course of the investigation, remember that?
I do.
Okay. And he helped them after the shooting get the medical supplies and things.
He brought clothes.
Okay. Did he bring bandages and such?
I don't know exactly what he brought.
Okay.
What I saw Justin get was a bag of clothes. So,
What do you mean what you saw Justin get? It's just from the still shots, right? It looks like
well,
it's bad.
in the video when Jermaine Sears pulls up, Justin Johnson gets clothes and some other things out of the back of Jermaine's car.
Okay. You wanted to talk to Jermaine as part of your investigation, right?
We did.
You did or you didn't?
We could.
Okay. And that's because you called to try to reach Jermaine Sears and you were referred to his lawyer, is that right?
Correct.
And then his lawyer, all he said is Jermaine's out of town. That's it, right?
Yeah, he's not going to talk.
Okay. Did he say he's not going to talk or did he say
The
he's out
attorney
of
said he
town?
was not going to communicate with us. I think we tried a couple times.
Okay.
Okay.
Could I get it back? Please. In this, it says you tried to contact Jermaine Sears. You were referred to his attorney, and he was living out of town. And then, quote, so we kind of let it be.
Who said that?
You said it. This is you. Question, and how did you establish that number was Jermaine Sears? Answer, we use law enforcement databases. There was also some information within the text message that helped to identify him just by his real name and things of that nature. And then we also ended up contacting him to try to talk to him. Question, on that number. Answer, on that number, we were referred to his attorney and he actually appeared to be living out of town, so we kind of let it be. Remember that question and answer with Mr. Hagerman?
Do we know what you're reading?
I don't remember that question and answer, but I do remember.
What is that a transcript of?
That is a transcript of his testimony
From
from
what? When?
last year's trial.
Okay. Well, if you just tell me it's a yeah. But I mean, that's exactly what I said earlier.
What's the question? You've read the testimony. What's the question for him?
The question is, you don't say anything about the attorney said you can't talk to him. You just simply said you advised he was out of town, so you just let it be.
I'm assuming that sufficed in the trial. I mean, I'm telling you now what happened. We can't kidnap somebody and say you're coming with us because we think you committed a crime. We contacted him. He referred us to his attorney. We contacted his attorney. He said he wanted to talk to us. At that
So
point,
it said,
we
but you
can't
didn't
do anything.
You didn't say that here, but now you're saying that you remember the attorney said, I'm not going to talk to you.
I'm gonna object
I
again.
can only tell you what
And
happened.
ask,
When she
Sorry.
he's asked and been answered, he's answered to the best of his abilities several times. I'm trying to,
What different do you expect him to say?
Just repeat what you said under oath, but okay, we'll move on. With regards to the receipt that's on Mr. Cornelius' phone that may be an AutoZone receipt, does he have any other receipts on his phone that you found?
Not that you see the receipt that I found.
Okay, but you looked through all of it, you said. You worked really hard. Did you notice any other irrelevant receipts on there?
If there was relevant receipts, I might have seen there are thousands of photos in most of these photos. So usually we find those on the timeline. When we're looking through a timeline at a certain time, which would have been after the homicide, but around the time frame before the car is discovered, then on that timeline we're looking. And if we see him searching on the internet, right, for the covers, then we see at some point like a photos captured, then we are like, oh, well, that might be important. But to go through thousands and thousands of photos,
Okay,
we're just not going to do that.
so if it's thousands and thousands of photos, you name it, we collected it, it's not worth it. We just target on certain dates and certain things, right? That's what we're saying. I mean, there could be something relevant in there, but we don't know that. We only pick a certain date.
Yes.
Okay. With regards to the tables with the number of calls, sometimes there's 14, sometimes there's 20. Are those all communications between the phone, be it text message, phone, whatever?
Those on
On your
prior to
slideshow?
outside on the slideshow, those are just, most of them are voice, but they're communications. It could be text messages too.
Okay.
Just label them.
So if there were 22 text messages on one of the day between Mr. Govan and Cornelius, you're aware that Cornelius used to buy ecstasy pills from Mr. Govan pretty regularly.
He stated that he bought narcotics from Mr. Govan.
All right. And you ever had a text with anybody where you say okay, you say hey, and suddenly it's 10 texts or 15 texts, just like that?
I don't know what the contents of that text.
Right. I'm just saying it's sort of being made out to be nefarious. The 22 contacts would be just a simple text conversation about a guy asking, when can you meet me to come pick up drugs? Meet me here. I'm at the store. I'll come back here. It could be anything, right? You don't know.
I didn't testify to anything of content, just that the communications occurred.
I got it. And you also don't know from those communications if there were 0-second communications, voicemail communications, actual calls.
It will show you that there's actual calls,
Sure.
or that call forwarding was picked up, and again, like I stated earlier, it could have which we call no reply, which
Right.
means your phone is active,
Sure.
right? You could have a non-reachable, right, which means the phone is off, so the phone, that code will push it to that call forwarding service. There's a busy, so if you're on the phone, so the phone, it gives you that information. I mean, it's not going to give you content or tell you what they're talking about. It'll give you the duration of the call, what type of call it is, or if it's a text message. So yeah, it gives you something.
I'm just trying to keep it simple. There's some summary tables where it just sort of had the top 10 list or something, and it's a number of calls.
Oh, hot number list?
The hot number list.
Yeah.
And so that didn't tell us if anything actually went through, if it was a text. It was just how many
Correct.
communications
It's
we
just how
had.
many communications they had on that day.
And we don't know if it's back and forth, if it's one way, anything.
It doesn't list any, it just shows communications for that individual's phone.
Okay. With regards to Justin Johnson, you're aware that Mr. Govan and he were doing music together, music business type stuff together.
Oh,
And there were hundreds, if not thousands, of text messages between those two in the summer of 2021.
I can say that's probably true, yeah.
Okay. And they, okay. With regards, so we've established that he's doing music with them, and you said, yeah, it's probably true. I would argue there were thousands of text messages about music with them. And with Cornelius, there was almost daily contact, even if it didn't make the hot list, where Cornelius would call Govan to go hang out at his house or come get pills.
I don't know what he was doing.
Right, but he did speak to you and said, I hung out with Govan a lot. I used to hang out at his house and stuff.
He said that he hung out at the house, yeah, and then he bought drugs from him, yeah.
Okay. There were some text messages that you pulled up there. Did you look at a lot of text messages on Mr. Justin Johnson's phone?
I'm sure a lot of us did, yes.
All right. Did you go before July 27th, I think was the first date you went into?
I'm sure we did.
Okay. If I showed you text messages from before that, would you remember them?
I'd have to see him to tell you that, but if you show them to me and I can remember them,
I'll do that.
let you know.
I'll just need you to scooch it as we go. All right. So the first text is from TZ to Justin Johnson. Is that right?
Correct.
TZ, somebody you guys investigated, right?
Yeah, Joshua Taylor.
Okay. Didn't charge him with anything.
He's deceased.
Okay, but prior to being deceased, you didn't charge him with anything.
Correct.
All right, go to the next slide. Oh, I'm sorry, scooch down. And so this is Justin Johnson. Can you all even remotely see this? No.
They'll get it during the
Okay.
deliberation.
So on July 9th of 2021, Justin Johnson tells TZ, okay, we need to spin on street, excess ham, said Duke for show, pulled up on Dolph now. You see that?
Mm-hmm.
All right. We've already established Ham was somebody that Justin Johnson was communicating with because you had it on one of your slides, right?
Correct.
And you had a mugshot of him, and that was what was shown on the slide. That's his photo.
Correct.
Okay. And then Duke, that's stupid Duke on the streets, right?
I don't know. There are a lot of Dukes.
Okay.
And at that time, I think Duke might have been Stupid Duke, the one you're referencing, might have been in custody at that time. I'm not.
Okay.
But there's multiple Dukes
All right.
that are in that world that they're in.
Sure.
So I'm not sure who he's referencing.
And
Because
then
there's a Duke that's in their friendship.
Sure. And I know you don't know what's referencing. We don't know who's in custody, who's not. There's also serial killer Duke, right? The one that's just, you know about, that's just dumb enough to shoot anybody for anything. He's the gang member. I'm just asking.
I mean, I'm working that case, yes. I
Okay.
know who you're talking about.
Right.
I don't think that's a reference.
Okay. And then spin on street, what does that mean in gang parlance?
That they're going to go shoot something up.
All right. So here we have on July 9th from Justin Johnson to TZ that we're going to shoot something up. We're going to pull up on Dolph and him. Right?
Hmm?
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Let's take that one down. What? I know, but I got to admit the next one. We're going to do one minute. Oh, okay. Sorry. Scooch it over. My bad. All right. So the next one from Justin Johnson to TZ is Dolph rented the whole studio out for the rest of the year. Call Joke, let's make some. Right? That's what it says?
That's what it says.
And that's July 9th, right?
Correct.
Okay. Because on the slideshow we talked about reaching out to Joke on July 31st, but here they're saying call Joke, we're about to go shoot somebody, possibly Dolph, on July
It's
9th.
July 27th, but actually TZ, the text messages aren't in there, but if you have TZ's text messages, you'll see that TZ is the one that made the introduction to Mims, because TZ has a text with Mims saying that I got this rapper. His name is Straight Drop, and you need to meet him.
So you remember that specifically now?
I remember that text. That it was probably in Anthony Mims' cellular devices, where I would think you could look, but there's an actual introduction there.
Okay.
Because Justin Johnson was in jail in May, and so sometime between May and July is when he sends that message. So that kind of gave us a time frame.
I get it, but a few minutes ago you said he would have met him at the weed shop or wherever the smoke shop was on July.
I'm representing the incident. That I'm just showing you that specific time frame.
Okay. So if TZ, if you're saying made the introduction to Justin Johnson to Jook, Govan didn't do that. You just said TZ made the introduction.
I see there's a text message where he's making an introduction like, hey, TZ is telling Mims, I've got this guy.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? Like, he's introducing as like, I got this guy.
I got you. All right. We can take that down and go to the next exhibit.
He needs to testify what they are.
Okay, I'm sorry. They're text messages from with.
Let him ask him questions about
Okay,
what.
these are text messages from Justin Johnson.
They are.
Okay, and they're dated July 28th, 2021.
Correct.
Okay, and they're back and forth between him and Cuz Risky.
Yes, Casey Williams.
Okay. All right. Could I offer those in evidence now since he recognizes them? Your Honor?
The relevance, I don't know who's laying the foundation for this.
I think you just have to read it.
Well, what's the content?
I didn't want to-
Messages. I'm having to take your word that they're relevant. Just lay some foundation.
Okay, I just didn't want
Through the
to.
witness.
I will do that. All right. So on that first page, Justin Johnson is talking to Cuz Risky. They say okay. Then he says, "Don't see normal." That's somebody else, right? If you know.
So those are both from the same participant. Okay, don't see normal.
That's from Justin Johnson to Cuz Risky, right?
Yes.
All right.
Or no. I don't know if it's.
You see where it says
Is
from?
this from Justin Johnson's cellular device?
Yes.
Yes.
Everything's from Justin
Okay.
Johnson. So.
Okay. Yeah. So, okay, don't seem normal is an outgoing text from Justin Johnson.
Right. And then Risky responds to Justin Johnson, "Route there now. I think Shad know where that hoe at. I seen him over there before, I think." You remember that? You see that?
I see it.
Who is Shad?
Shad,
Shad.
Rashad Hill.
And who is that?
He's a associate of Justin Johnson.
Okay. And then on the next page, Justin Kozrisky questioned "don't see normal." You see that?
Yes, I do.
And then Kozrisky says, "If you all get a steamer or some LMK, uncash you out. I need some." You see that? What is a steamer?
Stolen vehicle.
Okay. So it's Kozrisky asking them for if he's got a stolen vehicle he can pay for.
Correct.
All right. And then the next slide says "great home too." You see that?
Mm-hmm.
Who is Great?
Moochie Gray.
That's the one that got shot.
He didn't get shot.
Okay, but they wanted to shoot.
They attempted, yes, they went to the Turkey Drive. They were in
Okay.
the vehicle, and then Cornelius pulled off because he didn't feel like it was safe.
All right. And on the next slide, he says Muchina. That's Justin Johnson saying that.
Just referencing Moochie Gray.
Right, and the other fellow says, yeah, implying that's him, and then call me, right?
That's correct.
Okay. And then that last one, just for the record, just says pulling up.
Yes.
Okay. I can take that back, and I'll offer that into evidence as the next exhibit, Your Honor.
And I asked for relevance.
Relevance is they're talking about shooting people, which has nothing to do with Mr. Govan at this point.
And again, it's not relevant.
I know I'm not the most hippest person.
Yes, ma'am.
I don't understand this language.
I didn't know what spin the street was, but apparently if you Google it, it says shoot up the place, and that's what the detective actually agreed to. But my point here, Judge, is we've gone through a lot of instances of addresses and phone numbers and all that,
Okay.
saying Govan's the mastermind. You look at, well, mastermind is my word, but you look at the call logs and this, and he must be coordinating everything, is what they've been sort of arguing throughout this trial. My point is Justin Johnson had connections way beyond Mr. Govan, and he's doing all this stuff on his own. And that's what I'm trying to show to the jury, that he didn't have to listen to Govan. He already had a direct line to Judd, and he was doing trying to do other crimes, stealing cars, telling them where people were so they could be shot. He's a PRE member, and that's been going on.
Based on that argument, I understand why you asked to enter the previous exhibit, exhibit 26.
Yes, Your Honor.
But I don't necessarily understand what that argument has to do with this.
It's essentially the same thing where he's tipping them off where they are. Remember, Mucci is a PRE member. They're out there to get PRE folks. And we've already established on July 1st that let Juke know we're going to do this. Now we're going out after another PRE member. That's the whole point. It's never going to say, hey, we are going to kill somebody.
Well, I understand that.
But there have been a ton of inferences of who called who, everything else with arrows and slides that the government did.
Let me see the last exhibit. Right there.
The last exhibit is a little bit more direct, but you remember they said we have to go find people, and that's what Cornelius Smith spent a day talking about. We went riding out looking for people since August 13th and things like that. We were going to kill whoever. There was a price on everybody's head. It was just random. That's my point. They're tipping them off, and it's got nothing to do.
Who's that? They are tipping who?
Justin Johnson's tipping off other colleagues, and Govan is controlling it, which is what Cornelius said is Govan controlled everything.
Is Duke a PRE?
Yes, he's PRE. That's the person they're referencing that they see.
Right, that's what I was trying to clear up.
It's great. It's also Mucci grape, so that's why you have grape and Mucci.
Okay.
Can I see the text messages the last one?
Sure, she's got them all there.
Here, you can, I'm not reading no records, I'm reading the first one.
She's reading the first one, not the one that has been admitted.
You want to make a copy of them so we can all have a copy right this second, or let me say, Ms. Taylor,
I can.
let the deputy go in.
How many you need? Two. Okay.
Hold on, I'm going to give you all of them. So,
copies.
Yeah, and then take this one too. These 4 pages, Your Honor. I'm just going to hand you a 4-page exhibit for the witness.
I'm familiar with these.
I'll offer that into evidence, Your Honor, as the next exhibit.
Well, can you testify about what they are?
Okay, I'm sorry. They're text messages from with.
Let him ask some questions about
Okay,
what.
these are text messages from Justin Johnson.
They are.
Okay, and they're dated July 28th, 2021.
Correct.
Okay, and they're back and forth between him and Cuz Risky.
Yes, Casey Williams.
Okay. All right, could I offer those in evidence now since he recognizes them, Your Honor?
The relevance, I don't know if he's laying the foundation for this.
I think you just have to read it.
Well, what's the content?
I didn't want to-
Messages. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm having to take your word that they're relevant. Just lay some foundation.
Okay, I just didn't want
Through the
to.
witness.
I will do that. All right. So on that first page, Justin Johnson is talking to Cuz Risky. They say okay. Then he says, "Don't see normal." That's somebody else, right? If you know.
So those are both from the same participant. Okay, don't see normal.
That's from Justin Johnson to Cuz Risky, right?
Yes.
All right.
Or no. I don't know if it's.
You see where it says
Is
from?
this from Justin Johnson's cellular device?
Yes.
Yes.
Everything's from Justin
Okay.
Johnson's phone.
Okay. Yeah. So, okay, don't seem normal is an outgoing text from Justin Johnson.
Right. And then Risky responds to Justin Johnson, "Route there now. I think Shad know where that hoe at. I seen him over there before, I think." You remember that? You see that?
I see it.
Who is Shad?
Shad,
Shad.
Rashad Hill.
And who is that?
He's an associate of Justin Johnson.
Okay. And then on the next page, Cuz Risky questioned, "Don't see normal." You see that?
Yes, I do.
And then Cuz Risky says, "If you all get a steamer or some LMK, I'm cash you out. I need some." You see that? What is a steamer?
Stolen vehicle.
Okay. So it's Cuz Risky asking them for if he's got a stolen vehicle he can pay for.
Correct.
All right. And then the next slide says, "Great home too." You see that?
Mm-hmm.
Who is Great?
Moochie Gray.
That's the one that got shot.
He didn't get shot.
Okay, but the one that shooter.
They attempted, yes, they went to the Turkey Drive. They were in
Okay.
the vehicle, and then Cornelius pulled off because he didn't feel like it was safe.
All right. And on the next slide, he says Muchina. That's Justin Johnson saying that.
Just referencing Moochie Gray.
Right, and the other fellow says, yeah, implying that's him, and then call me, right?
That's correct.
Okay. And then that last one, just for the record, just says pulling up.
Yes.
Okay. I can take that back, and I'll offer that into evidence as the next exhibit, Your Honor.
And I asked for relevance.
Relevance is they're talking about shooting people, which has nothing to do with Mr. Govan at this point.
And again, it's not relevant.
I know I'm not the most hippest person.
Yes, ma'am.
I don't understand this language.
I didn't know what spin the street was, but apparently if you Google it, it says shoot up the place, and that's what the detective actually agreed to. But my point here, Judge, is we've gone through a lot of instances of addresses and phone numbers and all that,
Okay.
saying Govan's the mastermind. You look at, mastermind is my word, but you look at the call logs and this, and he must be coordinating everything, is what they've been sort of arguing throughout this trial. My point is Justin Johnson had connections way beyond Mr. Govan, and he's doing all this stuff on his own. And that's what I'm trying to show to the jury, that he didn't have to listen to Govan. He already had a direct line to Juck, and he was trying to do other crimes, stealing cars, telling them where people were so they could be shot. He's a PRE member, and that's been going on.
Based on that argument, I understand why you asked to enter the previous exhibit 26.
Yes, Your Honor.
But I don't necessarily understand what that argument has to do with this.
It's essentially the same thing where he's tipping them off where they are. Remember, Mucci is a PRE member. They're out there to get PRE folks. And we've already established on July 1st that let Juke know we're going to do this. Now we're going out after another PRE member. That's the whole point. It's never going to say, hey, we are going to peel somebody.
Well, I understand that.
But there have been a ton of inferences of who called who, everything else with arrows and slides that the government did.
Let me see the last exhibit. Right there.
The last exhibit is a little bit more direct, but you remember they said we have to go find people, and that's what Cornelius Smith spent a day talking about. We went riding out looking for people since August 13th and things like that. We were going to kill whoever. There was a price on everybody's head. It was just random. That's my point. They're tipping them off, and it's got nothing to do with
They are tipping who?
Justin Johnson's tipping off other colleagues, and Govan is in court controlling it, which is what Cornelius said is Govan controlled everything.
Is Duke a PRE?
Yes, he's PRE. That's the person they're referencing that they see.
Right, that's what I was trying to figure out.
It's grape is also Mucci grape, so that's why you have grape and Mucci
Okay.
grape.
Can I see the text messages for this one?
Sure, she's got them all there.
Here, you can, I'm not reading those right this second. I'm reading the first one.
She's reading the first one, not the one that has been admitted.
You want to make a copy of them so we can all have a copy right this second, or let me say, Ms. Taylor,
I can.
let the deputy go.
How many you need? Two. Okay.
Hold on, I'm going to give you all of them. So,
Two copies.
yeah, and then take this one too, please. Thank you.
Ms. Taylor has made the objection as to why these were relevant when you tried to enter these in the evidence. And your response is?
The government's theory in this whole case is Mr. Govan has hired these two individuals to go shoot PRA members, and they're doing it as his direction, even though Joke's not higher up or whatever he's doing it. My position is Mr. Johnson has his own connections, is doing it on his own, and therefore I'm trying to break the chain of the conspiracy, at least cast doubt on that, because there are clear text messages where he's identifying PRA members to other people. Either he's going to shoot them himself, as in shoot up the block, or we see Mucci Teku and they say pulling up. Whether the shooting took place or not, if you don't fire your gun, apparently it's not a shooting. I'm still scared until he points it on. But my point is this is happening and it undercuts this whole theory that Govan's sort of the ringleader of all this kind of stuff. That's what I'm trying to get at, because he's doing it over and over again in the exact conspiracy member on his own.
Ms. Taylor, your response?
Your Honor, actually, the state will withdraw our objection.
Uh-oh. That's something. Let's get in trouble.
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Award, don't forget to have those text messages in. That's what we were doing when she objected.
Correct.
Ready, Your Honor?
Yes.
Every time I enter the court.
Yes, Your Honor. I'm going to re-offer the 4-page text message chain from July 28th, 2021 that we were discussing in front of the jury momentarily.
This is a 4-page document with text messages, and it's been identified as text messages between Justin Johnson and
Cuz Risky, the detective was kind enough to give me his real name, but I don't remember.
Casey Williams.
Casey Williams.
Casey Williams. We're gonna mark this as exhibit 27.
Your Honor, I'll go ahead and do the next exhibit just for brevity's sake. I'm going to let's just go with this. I think I've got all the paper to confuse myself. So let's just go with exhibit 28. Excuse me, 27. Robert, would you do me the honor? Can I publish it here?
You may.
I know y'all can't see, but you'll have this with you. Okay, the 1625, Robert, can scoot you down just a little, please. That's Justin Johnson, right?
Is that the same text that we?
Yeah, I just showed you.
That's
Yeah.
Justin Johnson.
And you know his last four are 1625?
Correct.
Okay. And Cuz Risky, his real name is?
Casey Williams.
Casey Williams. All right, so Justin says, okay, we talked about this, don't see normal. Route there now, I think Shad know where the hoe at. I've seen him over there before, I think. Route meaning paper route.
Paper out Woo.
Okay. And so that's a PRE member.
Correct.
And there's a beef between PRE and CMG.
Correct.
Okay. On the next slide, we've established that they've seen paper woo, as you said. The question, don't see normal. And then the next one is if y'all get a steamer or some, I guess LMK's let me know on cash, you out, I need some. And steamer was a stolen car, right?
Correct.
All right. And then the next text was Grape Home 2, and that's Moochie Grape.
Yes.
That's a PRE artist as well?
Correct.
Okay. And then Justin says Muchina, again, Moochie Grape, PRE number?
Correct.
Okay. And then we have a yeah, and we have a call me. And then we have a next page, please, Robert. It just says pulling up, right?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay. And again, nobody got shot on that occasion, but that's,
Well, they attempted to shoot. He was providing more than that. Oh, sorry. Casey Williams was providing a lot of information to Justin Johnson on PRE members. I think he was screenshotting Terrence Baker's calls and sending them to him. He sent him Terrence Baker's father's address. And those are intertwined with the messages you were sending. He was providing information to Justin on PRE members.
okay, perfect. Deputy, sorry to make you get your steps. 2-page exhibit. It is text messages from Justin Johnson to Jokin. We can explain who that is. And that looked true and accurate from the Justin Johnson phone that you reviewed? Okay, I'll just offer that as the next exhibit. I'm sorry.
No, he needs to testify to what we're doing.
Okay, all right, let's keep it
No,
there.
no, jury doesn't know. You got to testify to that.
All right. Justin Johnson text, I was just chopping it up with Jook. My phone was in the car, baby, right?
Correct.
All right. Chopping it up with Jook means what?
I'm assuming he's saying he's been talking to Joe.
Okay. Could chopping it up mean hanging out with somebody?
Generally means you're conversating.
Okay. And this was on July 31st, 2021, correct?
Correct.
All right. And this is true and accurate from the downloads I guess you did from Justin's phone? Okay.
Yes.
Thank you. Your Honor, could I offer that in the evidence then?
Any objection? This is a extraction report. It's been testified that these are text messages from Justin Johnson, the 1625 number to who's the main thing with it?
I'm unaware of who it is. I think in the thread it seemed like it was a female. I'm not sure who she was.
It's a 2-page document. We'll enter this. What date did you say this was? It says July 31st.
Yes, Your Honor.
July 31st. We'll mark this as Exhibit 28.
I took the other exhibits, so I'm guessing it's 28.
Okay. I'm gonna put it right over here.
Well, I'm just going to publish it, so I need to put a machine. May I publish it? All right. This is what we just talked about. I was just chopping it up with Jook. My phone was in car, baby, right?
Correct.
Been playing baby's girlfriend. He's got several, right? Justin.
That's what I'm assuming, but I don't know.
Okay. And that was July 31st, 2021, right?
Correct.
Okay. That's it. So let me know when you guys are done with the other one.
Can we get copies of these?
I thought you made you. Okay. Okay. I'm now going to show, without tripping, the witness a 3-page text message chain, if you could, please. Could I go to the witness and see my copy just so I can properly authenticate this? So I can read, go over the text messages.
I mean, I don't remember these text messages, but they're in Justin's phone. So
I'm not being aggressive. I'm just going to come up here since I don't have another copy. All right. These are the text messages from August 25th of 2021, right?
Correct.
And Justin tells Jew, J-U-U, just pulled up onto Privé, right?
That's what he said.
Okay, and Privé is the club that Juk owns, right?
Yeah, it's a restaurant I think he owned with his mother.
Okay, but it's a CMG restaurant.
I would
Or
say
a
it's
Juk restaurant.
Anthony Mims is a restaurant that he owns with his mother.
Okay. And then the calls go on, not so much, but he's just talking about he's going out with Juk.
Yeah, is the attorney testifying or the witness testifying?
Well, he's not asking questions.
All right. This is a conversation between Justin Johnson and Jew.
Do you not have another copy of that?
I don't, because I get my other color copy, so. Here. What's the next one? Just go to the next page. We talked about going to.
Are we entering this in evidence? Is it already in evidence? Is it a
He's
question?
testifying about it, so it can be entered in the evidence, I assume.
But he's
Correct.
reading it, so the jury's hearing that.
He's identified them as text messages from Justin Johnson. He said he didn't necessarily remember the text messages
Correct.
themselves, but you knew that they were text messages from Justin Johnson, correct?
That's correct, Your Honor.
So,
I'm looking to offer that into evidence, Your Honor.
okay. And so he should be testifying about what's in the message.
And that's what I was doing. I just need you to enter it into evidence. I'm going to move into it, or if you want to go over what.
I want you to go over what's in there.
Okay. So he's talking to Jew, maybe and it's not a racial source. J-U-U is what it says. And he's
Why don't you
talking.
get him to explain what they say?
What
Get him
does
to
this
read
say?
it and explain it.
All right,
Says,
read it.
I'm here to FW Juk. I ain't here to go out.
What does F? Tell us what that means in English.
I would assume that means fuck with.
Okay, that means hang out with.
Yes.
Okay, what's the next text message say?
The next text message says, I ain't have on no clothes.
Okay, the next one.
Bring yo ass home.
Okay, go to the next one.
And then it's a response from Jew, which is need to take your ass home with 2 exclamations.
All right. This is a conversation between Justin Johnson and Jew about him being at Privé and not having the right clothes and needs to go home.
Yeah, you can surmise that, it sounds like.
I'll offer that into evidence, Your Honor.
And I'll object on relevance. I don't know what Mr. Johnson's clothes has on has anything to do with anything that we talked about ever.
He's spending time with Juk. The whole issue is Mr. Govan controls everything in this case, and Justin.
I didn't know that this was Juk we were talking about. You
Yeah,
said J-U-U.
That's to his girlfriend that he's hanging out with Juk on that date. That's what he says, I'm FW with Juk.
I don't know that. And see, the part of the problem is that the witness testified when he said that this text message on the beginning of the page 2, I'm here to FW is Juk. I ain't here to go out.
Right.
The witness testified, you asked, does that mean I'm here hanging out with Juk? And he said it could just mean I'm here to F with Juk, I think is what he said, or something like that.
Yes, sir.
That's 2 separate things.
Okay, I'm misinterpreting what the slang means on there. My whole point is he's spending time with Juk on his own back in August. So if it's FW, if I'm mistaken about what it means, which is spending time with.
I don't necessarily know that that's what this means.
Okay. I don't either. That's why I asked the witness, and he said that's essentially what fuck with means, right?
Yeah.
And that is next exhibit 28. 29.
All right, for the sake of everybody's sanity, I'm just going to stop with the text message and just a couple more questions and call it a day, okay?
I'm here.
All right. With regards to, we've already established the last time Justin talked or contacted Govan, we talked about the 2 weeks and all that stuff in a couple of days with regards to Cornelius. I'm not going to rehash that, but with specifically regards to Justin talking to Jook on the 16th, he did make a phone call on the 16th, correct?
I'd have to see it again.
I'm highlighting for you the time and everything. I just pulled the actual page.
Did you change the time frame or anything?
You just tell me if I've done something wrong. You tell me.
No, because it's in. If sometimes people will take records, it appears to be on Excel, and they'll actually roll them back themselves. So I was just making sure. It shows on 11/16/2021 at 17:37, 15 hours. Looks like a 331 second outgoing call from Justin Johnson to Anthony Mims.
Right. And you did that much nicer on your slideshow. I just sort of went in and downloaded the actual CDR thing to show all the parts and lines. So Justin Johnson and Anthony Mims had a 6-minute call the day before the murder, the evening before the murder.
Well, it would have been, assuming that these haven't been rolled back, it would have been 12:37.
Okay. But there's no dispute based on yours. I don't know if it's UTC plus or minus 6. They communicated for 6 some odd minutes the day before the murder. 300 something seconds, you said.
That's correct.
Okay. All right. And you're also aware that Justin sent Jook a turkey emoji the night of the 16th.
No.
You're not aware of that?
I mean, I'm not saying it didn't, I'm just saying I'm not aware.
Okay, I'm not accusing you of anything. I'm just... If we could approach the witness, please. Objection?
I don't know what I'm looking at.
It's a text message from Justin to Jook the night before the murder.
Okay.
Are we approaching it?
I thought this was next to the one.
No,
Can you
give
have a
him
phone, please?
Sure.
Thank you. Okay, this is a text from Justin Johnson to Jook.
Can he testify about that, please?
Yes, Your Honor. Who are the texts from?
So it's from Justin Johnson to Anthony Mims.
And I know there's more than one text, but I'm concerned about the one on Earth.
I'm starting with the first one. It was on August 13th at 12:56 a.m.
Would you look at it again? Are you sure it's not November 13th?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, November 13th. Okay, I'm sorry, 12:56 a.m. And it says, bro, we got put squeeze on Wicked. That video ain't really shit.
Right, and the next one, if you could escape, that's the one I'm worried about, is the next one, the one from the 16th. If you could review that, please.
Okay. November 16th, 2021, 4:37. It's Justin Johnson sending looks like a turkey emoji to Anthony Memphis.
Right. And so that's the only page I would offer, and that looks like that came from Justin Johnson's phone based on the numbers, and that's Jook's number that it goes to, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And we don't need the second page, it was just an enlarged version of that, Your Honor. So just the first page is all I'm looking to admit.
Any objection?
You want this too?
No, just give her, I'll take it back, but we just admit the first page. Get that back too, please. Thank you.
This is text messages from Justin Johnson to Joke's phone. And the second message on the page appears to be the turkey emoji sent on November 16th, 2021. We'll mark this as Exhibit 30.
And could I publish that, Your Honor? And I know it's hard to see, but that's the text message that Justin sent to Jook the day before the murder.
The turkey emoji, yes.
Okay, thank you. Take it down. So we've already discussed all the hardware store and all the other stuff. With regards to Jook, did you all ever try to interview Jook?
Yes.
When did you try to do that?
When we executed a search warrant on his phone
Okay,
when he was at the airport.
okay. It wasn't annotated that you had talked to him anywhere in the police report, so lead detective said you guys never reached out to him. Is that incorrect?
I can tell you that they asked him, wanted to talk. Obviously, he said he had nothing to talk.
Okay, and did we do anything else after that?
We wrote a search warrant and we did the phone extraction.
Okay. So the suspect that Mr. Cornelius said may have paid for his legal fees, all this other testimony we've heard, you went, even though the lead detective didn't know, you specifically went to talk to him and he said, no, I don't want to make a statement, as is my Fifth Amendment right.
Yeah, we executed a search warrant at the airport. I forget who it was, but somebody, either Friot or someone communicated with him to say, hey, you want to come talk? We knew what his response was going to be, and we knew what attorney he was going to tell us to talk to.
Okay. I get all that. Do defendants occasionally exercise their Fifth Amendment rights and keep their mouth shut?
100%.
So you don't quit on the investigation just because they won't talk to you. You continue, right?
100%.
And in this case, Cornelius is giving you specifics about what Jook did. You've got text messages from Justin Johnson about what Jook did. But there was no follow-up. Not being mean or anything else.
Right.
That whoever went to the airport, that was it with regards to Jook.
I don't get to make the decisions
Okay.
on what happens to Joe.
I'm not asking who makes the decision. They're saying that was it. There's nothing else done with regards to Jook.
Yes, there was lots. That's what we were doing.
Okay. I'll let it be. I think I get it.
You guys go enjoy your evening. Don't talk about any of the testimony. And we'll be back here in the morning at 9:30 and we will work all day. Okay? So enjoy your evening. Leave your notes here. Thank you.
Oh, cheers. Hold on.
remains in session.
This microphone. Oh.
Court's in session, remain seated.
Could we excuse the witness, John?
Say again?
Could we excuse the witness at this moment?
So, are you trying to clarify something?
Yes, we're going to clarify something.
Okay. We're still in session.
Robert, we're in session.
Let me try to clarify.
What I was saying is, yes, we talked about Ham, and Ham is Rashad Hill's brother? No? Okay. Here are the ones we've admitted. I'm trying to look for that one. I know we mentioned it, but I don't know if we admitted that. So here, we're going to give you all the exhibits, rather. So here's number 30, the original, that's the turkey one.
Yeah. It was one of the first couple of ones.
This is 29, if you'll look at it and see if I missed something. I see it now, Gary. It'll be, I'll take those back, so just waste them. It is on Exhibit 27. It is a text from Kozerowski to Justin Johnson on July 28th. Route there now. I think Shad know where that hoe at. I see him over there before, I think. That's where.
And that's Rashad Hill.
Is that shot as Rashad Hill? Or do you know?
I know that the shot that was referenced throughout the phones amongst Justin Johnson and his associates, when they say shot, they were referring to Rashad Hill.
That's what you testified to originally.
There's no text message to Shad or Rashad Hill. This is just saying who's there when they're talking about shooting somebody. Or, I'm not sure which.
So, Ms. Taylor, this is a reference to Rashad.
We think.
Well, we think. He testified that based on his familiarity with these records, that they're referring to Rashad and they're calling him Shad or Shad. I don't know how what you're trying to enter into evidence now is relevant to this, because this doesn't. Go ahead. I mean,
Can I see that? Sure. There's so many that we are getting copies of. So.
and I don't call any other testimony, I won't say reference, but I won't call any other testimony regarding Rashad Hill.
I'm here, so however many days you need me, I'm good.
I appreciate your patience. ma'am.
The state's contention is that defense has made the argument for these to be admitted into evidence, this particular text message to be in evidence, to show that there was maybe a separate conspiracy, or this had nothing to do with Hernandez Govan. This text message references a shot that Sergeant Brown has testified he believes to be Rashad Hill. The state would assert that there are messages, or at least communication between Rashad Hill and Hernandez Govan at the same time that all of this is going on the same day. I think that that puts Govan right back in the middle of association with them, not just a separate conspiracy going on, but all of this is mixed all.
So it's your contention that it's all a part of the same conspiracy that Govan is involved in, he's just not a part of these communications?
Yes.
I don't even know what it is that we're objecting to. I mean, the text message just says shots there. If that opens up the door, then everything comes in, you know, as far as that goes. He's talking to somebody else about a PRE member.
Who is he?
Justin Johnson is talking to somebody else about a PRE member. PRE member says shot there, something, with some other names of other people. So I don't know how that opens up anything to relevance. Just he's referred to half a dozen people in there. It's not even his phone.
Not even whose phone?
Shad's phone, or Shad.
You have anything further? Do you have anything further?
No, Your Honor, I mean, several of these text messages reference several different people.
That was his point. They referenced several different people. It would, your argument would be a lot more cogent if those messages or some messages had been from Justin Johnson to Shad or Rashad. But that's just a reference of him. And so I don't know that we have an objection here, but I'm not going to allow your last question. So, although we have excused the jury for the day, you are on redirect. Other than that, do you have any other redirect?
We're done with the jury.
We're done. I just excused the jury. But if you don't have any other redirect, then this officer doesn't have to come back in the morning. Because that was when I said, Ms. Taylor, you have some redirect, that's how you
I asked her to come back in the morning. We may have.
I tried to go.
No problem. No problem at all. I'm good to go?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you, Judge Brown.
Any other matters we need to take up before in the morning?